Welcome to Secret Confessions. Confessions so secret. Tonight, they will come to light. Secret confessions. Confessions that are secret. Secret confessions. AM 1420. We are live tonight with Secret Confessions. Yes, secret confessions. Confessions that are secret. Until now. We have tonight a story involving a jealous man hungry for cash and control of a catalog, and two members of a band who were intentionally murdered. Now, tonight will be the first night you have ever heard the confession. Now, I talked to this man, and he wrote the story for me. I told him to write it out. This man is currently serving a 37-year term in a California prison. But this man might be responsible for the deaths of two prominent rock and roll stars. This is a secret jailhouse confession. This man has now got the news. Unfortunately, he has stage 4 cancer. He has maybe weeks, if not days, to live, and decided to write me this letter and confess what actually happened to these two gentlemen. Now, the backstory is, now, until we can corroborate it, I'm going to have you guys do a little guesswork on who we're talking about, because I don't want to get sued, and I don't know if this guy is on the up and up. But what has he got to gain? There's no money to be made in this. There's nothing other than the truth to get out tonight. So the story starts out with a band that started out in the Midwest, a all-star band that was put together in a small farm community in the middle of the country, known for, corn, and I'm trying to think what else they're known for. Not much else. Corn and elections. This band of miscreants and bands started out, there was 7 members. Now they do have up to 18 members in this band now that tour to this day. But at the point, I'm telling you, they became the biggest heavy metal band on the planet, generating millions of dollars. The tours, the guarantee, $3 million a night. In every show they play, they get paid $3 million, these guys. And the original 7 of the band all on publishing and equal rights to the band. Now, as the second album comes out, now only 5 guys have control because 2 guys sold out their shares of this metal band because they needed money. Because at the time, even though they were selling millions of records, they were still working for UPS and delivering on weeks and then playing on weekends in this metal band. Even after the first tour, somebody's greedy, somebody's tricky. So there's a lead singer problem in this band, and he wants to have control of all of the money. He's recently sober and preaching to everybody being sober. So what happens? Album 2 comes along, album 3 comes along, and then these 2 guys that aren't writing the music, that have nothing to do with making money in this band, these guys are still getting a fair cut of the band, and lead singer thinks that these guys shouldn't be a part of this. They shouldn't have any rights to the money that's coming in because he's the singer. He writes all the songs. Him and the guitar player write most of the songs, honestly. And the keyboard player and sample guy, he writes some stuff. The clown, some other guy that acts like a clown. I don't know. I'll just say he's a clown. Album 3 comes out. The bass player and the drummer are forced these new contracts. The bass player says, no, I'm not. No, not signing this. I'm an original member, and I'm keeping my original stake in this band, and there's nothing you can do to me to make me sign this over. I'm still in the band. You can't fire me from the band. Fuck you. There's enough money here. You don't need to take it all, asshole. Napoleon. Ginger Napoleon. You don't need to take all of the money. So what happens? What happens? Well, a bass player ends up dead in a hotel room. A man who was clean and sober for over 2 years. A man who refused to sign his rights over. A man who refused to go on a restructured contract where he becomes a paid gun, getting paid $500 a night and not getting the share of the $3 million, just $500 and $15 a day in per diem. He refuses to sign. They threaten his life. They threaten his family's life if he doesn't sign. He goes to a hotel room. He ends up dead. Just a magic relapse after 2 years of sobriety, having the greatest family ever. This man ends up dead in a hotel room. So knowing that, seeing what happened, the drummer of this organization decides that he's going to leave this band because this band just killed his best friend. And he's got security everywhere. But he's got a weakness, this drummer guy. He's got a weakness. He likes to engage in some of Colombian's finest exports. And we're not saying coffee. We're on YouTube. We got to be careful. And this is where this man that's in prison, I'm not even going to say his name because we still really got to do the research to conglomerate it. But tonight he wanted me to get this out on the podcast. He has a device in jail where you can listen to the podcasts. And I wanted to hear his story tonight be told, and he loves our show, and he decided to. His dying man's wish is for me to tell the story on how this singer tried to kill the drummer of this heavy metal band. He goes, "This goes back a while." He goes, "I met this drummer. I'm taking all the names out. Right? I met this drummer at a party in the Hollywood Hills. Cool guy, kind of short, kind of weird looking guy, kind of looked like he, I don't know, was like in the Addams Family or something. He was just a weird kind of guy, long jet black hair, cool guy, but I was told that he was in a metal band. And, I was only there at the parties because I was the guy that I brought the chips. Let's just say I brought the party favors. Chips and drinks and wink, wink. So he comes up to me and he's like, "What?" And he goes, "Hey, man, I know. I heard Arna could score." He came up to me and I go, "Well, why don't you come to the bathroom and I'll give you a sample." So I went into the bathroom with this heavy metal drummer. He did a couple of lines. And he's like, "Holy moly." It's YouTube, okay? Well, the uncensored version will be on another platform. But back to this man's letter. So he became friends with this guy, and this guy would call him every 3 days. And I guess he was into pool, but he would only apparently kept losing the 8-ball in his pool setup, in his pool rack, his pool balls. He was missing an 8-ball. So every 3 days, this prisoner, this drug dealer that sent me this letter, said that every 3 days he would come to me. And I would, his party, and he was just he's a rock star. He's a 30-year-old rock star out in LA for the first time, living his life. Got a house in the hills, living the best life, partying, and glad. Became a good friend. I saw him every 3 days. I'd go up to his house and make sure his pool table was filled back up again with the correct balls. And I would go up there every day, every 3 days, and we were friends, and it was cool. And he told me how that he's nervous and he's got security and there's guys out to get him. I'm like, dude, you probably should just mellow out and not do so much. He goes, dude, I haven't been on it in a month. I just have it for people around the house. It gets the ladies horny. You know what I mean? I'm like not even on drugs right now. Everything's cool, I'm not paranoid. That's what you're saying. I'm not smoking weed. I'm pretty good, but I have a lot of people that come by and like your products, and over again they would come by and they would talk about it. And everything was cool. I was known Hollywood circles and the musicians in town. You needed some good stuff, you came to him. This guy in prison right now, it's sitting there for 37 years. By the way, he got caught with 100 pounds of snow. You know what I mean? He was moving serious piles of snow. He goes, so I go over to his house and I make all my runs. Usually takes me about 5-6 hours to make the runs through the hills and make sure all the Hollywood kids, trust fund babies, get their party supplies for the week or the weekend to get them through. And I was a pretty trusted source. I had good product, and I was a trusty guy. I wasn't a mean guy. I was nice and fair, and I'd let some shit slide once in a while. And by the way, don't let Charlie Sheen, wink, wink, don't front Charlie Sheen ever for anything. It says, I don't know what that means, but we'll move along. So I come home one day after a long, grueling day of dropping off products and completing people's pool tables. I come in, I'm 100% just wiped, and I walk in and there's a guy in a suit sitting at my counter with a handgun sitting on the table. I'm like, well, that's weird. That is really weird. Why is there a weirdo? Is this guy CIA? What is this guy? To this day, I don't know. To this day, I just call him Mr. Bill because he said, just call me Bill. Mr. Bill. So Mr. Bill comes in. And I'm sitting there and and you got to realize I have about $47,000 in my pocket right now in cash. So I'm like, all right, this dude's going to jack me. I still got about another $60,000 worth of, supplies left in my closet. So if this is a cop, I'm going down, or if this is a robbery, I'm fucked. So he hands it to me. And in this package, he comes up to me and he goes, I understand that you're this heavy metal drummer's dealer. We know. We've been following you. You go to his house every 3 days. We know what you're up to. We know what you're doing. We know what he's buying from you. And we need you to do us a favor. Or next time, me and a couple of buddies are going to come back. He points at the counter. And I'm looking at the gun the whole time. And he's just sitting there. The balls of this guy. This guy was a cool customer. This guy was a hired assassin. This is a guy who wanted a mechanic-style murder of a famous rock and roll drummer. He hands me the product. He goes, next time you go to this drummer's house, you're going to give him this. And I said, well, what do you mean I'm going to give him this? What's in it? He goes, I would probably not. I probably would not touch it. It's gonna fry his whole nervous system. It won't kill him. It's gonna screw him up, and it's gonna give him a weird disease. We got this shit straight from Russia. And this Bill guy, he's looking at the gun. He's looking at me, and he goes, you got to do what you got to do, or we're gonna come back and we'll fucking kill you. And I says, well, is there any other options? I said. So we got there. So I'm sitting there. I got this package, this bag that looks like the product I normally sell, the amount that he buys every 3 days. And I'm looking at it. I'm a fan of this guy. This guy is my friend. Do I sell him? Do I sell him the drugs that are going to kill him and kill him for later to give somebody his publishing and his money? Do I give him this hot shot that won't kill him instantly, but will kill him slowly, painfully, and just enough time for him to sell the rights off to this band? Now, what happened next? Well, you're going to have to get a quick word from our beautiful new sponsors of the show. We do. We have new sponsors. We have some great local Las Vegas companies. I went around and sold some ad space today, and we have, in the history of the MHH Network, our very first sponsors. We have very cool sponsors tonight. We are our very first sponsor. To the game, of course, Gina Cakes. We want to welcome to the MHH family, and check out Gina Cakes when you're in Las Vegas.
Stop settling for mediocre desserts. Treat yourself to Gina's Cakes instead. Gina, a former Playboy centerfold, has traded the spotlight for the sweet life in Las Vegas. Her 24-hour bakery, Gina's Cakes, serves up the best cakes and donuts in town. Whether you're a tourist or a local, Gina's irresistible creations are just what you need to satisfy your sweet tooth day or night. Visit us at the corner of 4th and Saratoga, or call us at 702-777-7277. Gina's Cakes, Vegas never tasted so good. Think you can handle the heat? Welcome to Devil's BBQ, where sin meets flavor. Our Real Fire BBQ sauce is the hottest in Las Vegas, bold, fiery, and downright devilish. Every Tuesday, indulge and eat all you can and let your taste buds embrace the gluttony. Bring in the family, kids eat free. So come on down to Devil's BBQ, where we don't judge you for sinning or gluttony. Ready to taste the fire? Think you can handle the heat? If your relationship feels like a battlefield, you're not alone. Raleigh Weatherstone is on your side. You're hurt, you're angry, and you're not taking it lying down. At Raleigh Weatherstone, we understand the pain of betrayal, and we fight for what you deserve. With our strategic expertise, we turn the tables in your favor. Don't go through this alone. Get the legal edge you need with Raleigh Weatherstone. Protect your rights, protect your future. Call us today.
Back to secret confessions tonight. Oh boy, we were just getting into it. We'll come back to our story tonight where this guy, a drug dealer, was now given a hot batch of drugs. Hot batch, they call it. A hard batch. I don't know what that exactly a hard batch is. I'm not a drug dealer, or whatever. But I don't even know what you would even do with that. You know what I mean? So continue the story with this inmate here currently in the California penal system that apparently murdered a rock star and is confessing tonight for the first time ever here live on my show through a letter that he sent to me. Now back to the story. He looks like he was given the drugs and he was threatened, and he also threatened members of he goes, not only are we going to smoke you, we are going to smoke your family members. And the guy laid out pictures, pulled up an envelope, a vanilla envelope out, and started showing pictures of the dealer's children. And he says, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. I have no choice. What else am I going to do? He took it, looked at it, and waited. Joey never called. Bill shows up a week later. He's like, why, have you delivered it yet? And he goes, no, he hasn't called me. I don't know what's going on. And he goes, okay. He'll call you. We're going to murder his dog today, and it's going to trigger him. You can hide, but on a day where your dog is murdered, he will call you that day because he'll relapse. He can't handle it. He's a weak little bitch, this drummer guy. He's an addict. He's a rock star. He's an addict. I've been supplying this guy with the greatest stuff ever, this man said. Within clockwork, this dealer gets a call from this drummer, from this massive heavy metal band that generates millions, if not billions, of dollars. Going, man, fucking Stevie's dead. Stevie's fucking dead, bro. And I'm like, oh, not Stevie. Now, Stevie was this beautiful golden retriever that this drummer had that apparently he just found him dead in the backyard. He would, Stevie would just, like, the backyard was his domain. He'd hang out all day outside and come in and out as he pleased. And this drummer came in, and his dog was dead. And he goes, you need to bring me some of that stuff. I hung up the phone. They live pretty close from me down the canyon here. About 20 minutes. And I sat and I looked at that bag. And then I thought about what it would feel like to get a bullet in the back of my head and for all my family members to be murdered. And then I thought, they're going to pin me for this drug. The guy told me, Bill told me, he goes, it's not going to kill him right away. It's going to eat his nerves. It's sarin. It's the most toxic shit ever. It's a sarin anthrax combo. They slowly eat your nerves away, and it makes it look like you're developing like MS, or you can't walk, or maybe ALS. I looked at the bag, and I thought of my family, and I looked at the bag again. It was either him or me, man. And I grown to love the guy. I am going to be the reason he dies. So I go over there, sell him the normal stuff with the thing, and it says, "Hey, man, just as a goodwill, I'm gonna throw in an extra one for free." So I gave him a real one too. just because I really felt bad, and I ate it. I don't care right now about money or my business or whatever. I basically just handed over a cyanide pill to a guy in a famous band. There will be an investigation. So I go over there, sell it to him. He gives me a big hug. I give him a big hug. I get back in my car and I'm crying the whole way home because I betrayed this man. Betrayed him. Absolutely betrayed this guy. And then as weeks gone by, I'm like, oh, cool. All right, he hasn't touched that shit yet. And then I see him out in Hollywood. And now he can barely walk. He's walking with a cane. He goes, yeah, man, I got this really bad rare disease, man. They're saying it's MS, and they said that they'll be able to, stabilize it here any day. Well, he died 2 weeks later. After I brought over that magic potion of goods to his place, he died 3 weeks later. What happened to his share in that famous heavy metal band? What happened to the share? What happened to his cut? Well, the people that owned his estate gladly handed over the rights and sold it for a discount price. Now, I don't know, for a long time, I was like, who is this? The CIA? Is this what is it? What's behind this? And why did he pick me? Because he had the tightest security. He had paranoid. He knew this guy was trying to kill him, the singer of his band. And I just thought he was paranoid. I just thought he was on drugs. I'm like, why would a singer from a multi-million-dollar band want you dead? He goes, I don't know. Why don't you talk to Paul? Oops. I mean, the bass player, whoever that was. I don't know who this heavy metal band, we're not saying who it was from the Midwest. We're not trying to get sued. We're just saying, I'm writing the letter to the guy who gave the drummer of this band a hot dose, who's getting ready to die here himself in a couple of days or weeks. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. This guy's gone. He's a goner. And he wanted to get it out. He is the guy who's responsible for this famous drummer contracting this weird disease, neurological disease, and killing him. No matter how much security you got, no matter who you think your friends are. He goes, I've sat in this prison cell now for the last 12 years, thinking about every day how I should have told those mother hunters. I didn't say it, YouTube. I should have told them guys to not. I shouldn't have sold it to him, man. I shouldn't have sold it to him. I'm the reason why this young man died. And it's ate at me every day, and I brought this letter, and I was waiting for the first person that would actually listen and believe me. Because I ain't got much time left. But I had to get this off my chest. I killed that man. And for a while, I thought I didn't understand who was behind it. Why would anybody want to go through this level of intimidation and make me betray one of my good friends, one of my great customers, one of the guys I've built a great relationship? He told me about everything, about his girlfriend cheating on him, to his mommy doing stuff to him, to everything. Like, we were buds. And I killed him. We were buds. And I killed him. I didn't kill him, really. I was the tool that killed him. I was the gun. I didn't pull the trigger. This Bill guy pulled the trigger. So for a couple of years, I didn't think much of it. You kind of forget it. You do evil shit, and you're busy. You got stuff to do in the afternoon. Over time, it kind of wears away, and until you're locked into a 5x5 cage. But they came to California for, I believe it was called Slipknot Fest. And I wanted to see the band and, remember my friend that played in the band. Oops, I didn't say the name of the band. I'm just saying that was the name of the festival. There was a lot of bands on that festival. I'm not saying what band it was. I'm not saying some kind of guy that... all right, let's keep it... You got to keep it cool here, a lawyer said. All right. Now, this is a letter from a convict that's dying in a couple of weeks, so take it what it's worth. So I went to this festival where this drummer used to play for before he was murdered by this man named Bill. And I wondered for years and years. For a couple of years went by, and I'm like, what's this Bill guy? And I always looking over my shoulder. And how did he get in my house? And how did he know how to turn my security? This guy is a professional hitman. I mean, professional. This guy ordered a professional. These guys work for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. They're so good at their job. And the two guys that wouldn't sign over the rights to the band, well, they're dead, and their family signed them right over. Now this guy is making money from the movie soundtracks to everything, and he's pocketing it all. For what? Well, there's a lot of different ways, a lot of different theories about why he needs all this money, but that's for a whole other show. So I went to the show, and I saw him getting off the bus, and there was the singer of the band, and laughing, patting him on the back, and his walking him to the stage was Bill. My heart just dropped. It was Bill. Bill, the guy who sat and threatened me in the kitchen, the guy who gave me this science fiction Russian fucking product that eats your nerves away and murders you. Untraceable. He's there with him. They get done with the concert. They walk off stage. They're laughing, chumming it up. Bill opens up the door to the tour bus. This little weird ginger dude, little tiny guy, walks on the bus. Bill looks around. Thank God he didn't see me. Slams the door. You should probably reopen the investigation of this drummer's death. You should probably open an investigation on the bass player's death, reopen it, these accidental deaths, and one really weird, really out of the blue illness that one out of like 18 million people have ever had. Hasn't been seen in years since Russia. And I looked. I knew who this guy is. Man's name's Bill Kingman. He's still security for these guys. To this day, this murderer walks free. 2 men are dead because of one man's greed. He goes, I also have a funny feeling that they put me away to discredit me to ever say that they were behind this, because I don't know why they saved my life, this guy said. Just to rot away in a prison. But this Bill guy set up the deal that eventually got me thrown in jail for 37 years. Look for this Bill guy. Look into it, folks, he says. He goes, I have lived the life of 10 kings. I had a great life. And I want to thank everybody for listening to my story tonight. Signed, like I said, we're not going to give real names on here tonight just because I don't want people to look. But go ahead and research what you heard tonight and see if we're wrong. Come back next week, next Sunday night. where we drop more secrets. And if you need to know more secrets, or you want more questions to secrets, well, we're here for you, baby. We are here for you. So we have time for tonight. I want to thank everybody for listening. Good night, everybody.
News Network, only clips, no creation. Recycling the heat, no innovation. Heat play, but this ain't recess, nerd. Johnny Kush spitting flames, every line absurd. Who's the army roll deep, the fire ignites. Lance sipping decaf, we stay up all night. He a thumbnail hustler, no soul in his frame. West Coast heat, he can't handle the flame. Lance prepping nothing, YouTube's weakest link. All that talk, but your bars barely sink. We trendsetters, you trend scrollers. Lame, my crew heavyweight, you featherweight fame. Clipping my smoke like he's puffing on air. Johnny Kush, full inhale, no despair. You ain't got no team, just bots in your chat. Kusa Army stomp hard like boom bap combat. Kusa Army roll deep, the fire ignites. Lance sipping decaf, we stay up all night. He a thumbnail hustler, no soul in his frame. West Coast heat, he can't handle the flame. Lance on the sideline, not a player in the game. Talk too big for a man with no name. Stealing content, your hustle so slim. While we keep it raw, never sink, never dim. West Coast heat, he can't handle the flame. Lance on the sideline, not a player in the game. Talk too big for a man with no name. Stealing content, your hustle so slim. While we keep it raw, never sink, never dim. Johnny's on the stage, suit so fly. Ooh, yeah. Mic in hand, he's the guy. Oh my, hosting the XXX. Let the rhythm flow. Turn it up, baby, let the good vibe show. Whoa. Johnny's got the groove, he's the man of the hour. Dropping that funk like a meteor shower. The crowd goes wild, feel the magic grow. It's Johnny on the XXX show. Let's go! Lights so bright, got that disco shine. Johnny smooth like a funky bass line. Golden mic spinning, energy raw. Taking the night, leaving them in awe. Say what? Johnny's got the groove, he's the man of the hour. Dropping that funk like a meteor shower. The crowd goes wild, feel the magic grow. It's Johnny on the XXX show. Oh, let's go! Say Johnny, that man's got flair. Ooh, yeah. Say accept, funky vibes in the air. Say Johnny, hosting the dream. Ooh, yeah. Say accept, the spotlight beams. He's breaking it down, no rules tonight. Funky feet tapping, got the groove just right. Johnny's the king, yeah, he's running the flow. You know you love